Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Amber Heard's lawyer is now caught lying and defaming both Johnny Depp and his lawyer, Adam Waldman. When is this whole thing gonna end? It doesn't look like anytime soon. All right, now we got to rewind before we get to this. Adam Waldman, Johnny Depp's lawyer, was banned from Twitter. I had actually even gone out to ask Elon Musk, can you please bring him back if you're really all for all sides? Adam Waldman himself put this out on his Instagram to try and get him back out. The attention was so big that yes, the Waldman is back. He is now on Twitter and he's come out swinging. He's responding to a book by Jennifer Robinson. Now, Jennifer Robinson was Miss Heard, Amber's barrister, her UK attorney. And apparently she's written a book. The book is not yet out. I have information here. This is the book, How Many More Women Exposing the Law Silences, How the Law Silences Women. Jennifer is her lawyer. She basically advises Miss Heard in relation to various matters, including the proceedings brought by Johnny against NGN, the news group, and Dan Wooten, et cetera, et cetera. This is who Jennifer Robinson is. So what is this book? She says in here, well, let me open this so it's a little clear here. This is from an excerpt of a book that's not yet out, but Adam clearly got a hold of it. Waldman, speaking on Depp's behalf and at his behest, was aggressive. His regular missives repeated all the old tropes to build his desired public narrative that Amber was the abuser and to place pressure on the Sun to settle before trial. Waldman selectively leaked evidence to the media in violation of a U.S. court order, which would later result in the U.S. judge kicking Waldman off the court record. Waldman later admitted to having leaked a heavily edited version of a recording of an argument Depp and Amber had about the DV to the relationship in which Amber admits to having HIT him. Her evidence was that she acted in self-defense. We could keep going on this, and I will, but I just want to make it clear. He's saying lie. And it's true. It's a total lie. This quote is a total lie. He did not leak edited versions of the recording. He just didn't. He released sections of the recording, but he never edited them. That's a complete false rumor that a Team Amber is still trying to spread to this day. And people who support Amber are constantly pushing that narrative out there. I want to get to the bottom of it because look, I want to always tell you guys the truth. It always comes down, like the ones we really saw were through like that Brian fella, but this originally came out through like, I think it was the Daily Mail had it first. And yes, there were clips that were given to the press. Didn't break any court orders from what I've gathered from my knowledge. This was evidence that was going to come out regardless. And it was damning evidence against Amber Heard. And of course she was upset that this got out there, but it did. Now, the real issue in the lie is the fact that she's trying to claim that these were edited versions of this argument. And that's just false. That's not what it was. Now that Brian fellow had put some clips out and there were arguments that he edited them. We've asked him directly. Also false. I don't know what they're talking about. There was no editing. There was some trimming of sort of dead air, but the full tapes are now available because we watched the trial. And I don't understand what edits they're referring to. There were portions that they took, clips that they shared, but they didn't edit those clips to be misleading or lie about what was on them. Absolute lie in this book, as he then uses an Elvis Costello lyric, but you were up to your old tricks in chapters 4, 5, and 6. But back to this book, which clearly filled with lies and her bias and craziness. This fed the public, because, Adam did this, this fed a public narrative that the relationship was one of mutual ABUSC, a harmful myth that has been rejected by DV experts. What? They point out that there is always a primary aggressor in relationships. That fact that a woman acts in self-defense should not be seized upon as evidence that she is the ABUSC partner. Oh my God, like we heard the audio. Nice try. Nice try, self-defense. I don't hear any self-defense in those audio tapes. I hear she being the aggressor. And she was recording Johnny like crazy at that point against his knowledge. And she never caught him doing that to her. Never caught him doing it once. But we caught her on tape multiple times, even when she knew the recordings, getting caught. And then she's always trying to like weave the narrative and the way she's speaking to sort of save her butt. This didn't stop the term from being thrown around in the media before the UK trial. For example, Piers Morgan claimed that the relationship was mutually abused. Now, this was interesting because they're trying to now like even say like it made it mutual. How about the fact that it made her the aggressor? It made her be the ABUSC person, right? They're not even trying to say that. They want it to be like, oh, well, they made it seem like this was mutual. Again, Amber was not the real victim. The fact that this diminishes people that go through real ABUSC. Morgan wasn't alone. Sharon Osbourne also opined that she gave him as good as she got. Meanwhile, a sea of online trolls targeted Amber, us and her lawyers and her journalists reporting on the case. An online petition called for her being dropped from Aquaman, attracting 400,000 signatures after Amber appeared at an International Women's Day event for my chambers. At my Doug Ray Scott colleagues and I were flooded with what appeared to be bot-generated emails and tweets saying, well, and then the thing goes, oh my God, this revisionist history is insane. It's insane. They, again, zero accountability from Amber or her team. They will never, ever take any single accountability. But, you know, we have to pine on the fact that, oh my goodness, how many more women, exposing how the law silences them all. This is sickening. This is sickening that she's attempting to become the poster child for the one that got it wrong, like the one that the law, misused. It's insane. It's insane. There are so many threads and audio tapes and things you can see out there in full context that show who Amber was. Now, this isn't it. Now, we know who she is, but I got to give a plug out to the real Laura B. I have it right here. If you haven't seen her latest video, she actually reported on this story. I had it here. Go find the video. It's right here. I thought I had it here close. Oh, here it is. Did Johnny try to prevent Amber from testifying? Now, Laura B did a video in here, and I highly encourage you to go watch. It's a longer stream where she really gets into this even deeper. So go give her a follow, a subscribe, give her some support. But she wanted me to add this point in, which is the fact that also in the book, her U.S. lawyer said she wanted to give evidence, but prevented from assisting the UK newspaper because of the NDA and her U.S. divorce agreement with Depp. Amber's U.S. lawyers were concerned that if she gave evidence in the UK trial, she would be in breach of the terms of her NDA. The United States would result in Depp suing her for breach of contract and damage in that country and threaten their divorce settlement. Despite Depp bringing the claim, the asserting he wanted the truth to out, he refused to release her from the NDA for the purposes of giving evidence against him. Now, again, total lie. This is a blatant lie against Johnny and his team. Why? Well, here it is. Here's Justice Nichols from the case in the UK, literally saying, I'm not satisfied with this. Sorry, I scrolled up by accident. Not satisfied with this current evidence that Miss Heard's concerned about the restrictions that the divorce agreement imposes on her are well-founded. The matter is capable of resolution. Heard may well give evidence in the proceedings, and he will not attempt to prevent that. The fact that Ms. Heard presently thinks that there is some impediment to her giving evidence for the defendants is nothing to do with Mr. Depp. Even if she were right, there would appear to be a number of ways of resolving the issue and not have yet been explored adequately at all. As he continues to go, Depp, who denies doing it, would provide a raft of evidence from independent witnesses who fundamentally contradicted the evidence. Sorry, there was a line here. Basically, the judge here is admitting that Amber was the only reason that this didn't come out. There's no reason why Amber couldn't give this out. Johnny made it very clear, and there's multiple articles you can go see on this, as well as the document here. There was no evidence, and in fact, it was the contrary. Johnny made it very clear that, of course, you can talk to the lawyers and speak legally. I'm not stopping you, nor would I ever. And even Justice Nichols, who I despise, acknowledged this. So again, two blatant lies already out the gate on this book. How many more women? How many more lies is what it should be called, Jennifer? I just don't get it. I don't get it. We are in a culture where now women are just coming forward and just like, yep, you must believe me. No, there's no other side to the story. Nope. This is what happened. How dare you not believe me? You are silencing me and others. And it's a disgusting, sickening place we are in. I hate to keep repeating the story, but it's so important that we get the word out on this and expose these lies. This isn't about silencing women. That's nonsense. They have the right to speak. No one's silencing them. She's writing her own damn book. But you're not allowed to lie in your said book and state it like it's factual. That's where we will call it out, and that's what we're doing. So I'm glad to see Mr. Waldman is back on Twitter. I don't know if I want to give Elon all the credit for it. He sort of let everybody in. He refused to give Waldman his own nice moment. I just don't trust Elon. I don't. A lot of people are like, oh, he's saving it. Let's give a little bit first. Let's make sure what his intentions are, is my 2 cents. I'm not trying to start a beef with the guy. I don't really have what can I do with this guy? But look, I'm glad Adam's back on. I'm glad he got his second chance, and I'm glad he's coming out and coming back swinging. Good for you, Mr. Waldman, and I'm sure he's going to keep it coming. We will be here to report it for you. So if you haven't already, go give Mr. Waldman a follow if you want to keep in tune on the case and updates and the truth behind what was going on from Johnny's side. And if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell as well right there. Smash that like button, that little thumbs up, and leave a comment on your thoughts on this. I want to hear your thoughts in there. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and especially this late night video. We'll be back tomorrow live, so I hope you join us.